How come we don't have 3D capabilities in our house yet?
We do. That's 3D.
That's not what I meant.
That dog's 3D.
How do you know?
3-dimension.
Where?
Right. Get out. And aren't holograms... Dude, 3D images are just 2D images, but wrapped around each other. Like, have you ever made, like, little cubes out of paper?
Yeah.
You're just layering 2-dimensional objects. You're just layering squares to make a cube. So in order to make a 3D object, you just need to layer a bunch of things.
Light.
Yeah. So in order to make a dog, you just need a bunch of little dog papers.
Dog pictures. Light.
Dog slices.
Dog slices. That sounds messy. How come we can't do that? Did you watch that video of that whale in the gym?
No.
What? You have to watch this video. How come we can't have that?
We can, obviously. It just happened.
Why isn't it in my house?
Because it's expensive and ridiculous.
I believe I could afford it. We could have a whole zoo that's made out of 3D projected animals. It'd be super expensive to start up, but then after a while, it'd pay for itself because you wouldn't have to like feed animals or pay zookeepers.
Boom, idea. Why don't normal zoos replace their actual animals with 3D animals? You know why? Because it's expensive and nobody wants to see that.
That's what I just said. And why don't we want to see that? We would rather see sad, starving animals than the animal itself.
Comedy is tragedy with time. So, if you get sad animals, you give them time. It's humor.
What? That's not how that works.
Yeah. That's the formula. I just give you the formula. Come on.
So,
if I punch you in the face and then wait 2 years, it's going to be hilarious.
oh my god, I can't argue with that. Zoos are sad.
Circuses are sad, and that's why we got rid of them. But people still like zoos. People like the authenticity of having an alive animal.
How would they know if the polar bear that they're looking at is live and not 3D?
Because somebody would probably fall in his cage like an idiot and get eaten by it, and then we'd have to put it down, and you can't put down holograms, Mom.
You're actually right. Somebody would probably fall into like the gorilla enclosure and nothing would happen, and people are like, that's not a real gorilla, and they would be more outraged that they got tricked into seeing a fake gorilla than that gorilla didn't eat their child. I see.
Plus, here's the thing. Why not just remove the zoos entirely and focus all of our efforts in the museums? Because imagine 3D museums. Imagine having a 3D Stegosaurus in front of your goddamn face.
That's what I was saying. Like, we could have a 3D zoo that would have, like, animals and shit, but there could be dinosaurs that wouldn't eat people. And there could be dragons. You could have a freaking dragon in your zoo.
Come on, Mom. Nobody wants to see a dragon at the zoo. They want to see a dragon in movies. Because
You don't want to see a dragon?
Mom.
You don't want to walk out into a field and see a dragon land?
No.
Are you serious?
People want to see dragons and dinosaurs in movies because we understand that dragons are fictional, and a lot of people think dinosaurs are fictional for whatever reason. But we understand that they don't exist anymore, and so we want to put them in things and make them exist, but
so we can
don't want
study
to
them.
take that extra step.
But we want to be able to study them and see how they possibly moved and lived.
But how do we know that? We'd need to give a programmer that information.
Exactly. So we wouldn't know that.
But
But we could do it with zoo animals.
the whole point of a zoo is to see live animals. So if you make a zoo with completely not alive animals, then what's the point? It's like when a bunch of people it's like when you walk into a museum and it's just a bunch of taxidermied animals. At first you're like, oh, this is really cool, and then you get bored after a minute.
Are zoos for children or adults?
Children.
Do you think a child cares if what they're seeing is a real animal or if it's just a really cool, like, image of a tiger that they can't touch it anyway?
But you know what? Parents do. And parents rule over their children according to the law.
So parents will get mad that they can't get bit by the tiger?
Yeah.
You're probably not wrong.
Plus, as a child, I'd rather have a living, breathing vulture scare the crap out of me, and then poop, and then eat a carcass, than have
And then
a
die
fake one.
because he's sad in a tiny cage.
Have you been to the Denver Zoo?
Yes.
They're huge. The cages are so big.
No, they're not.
I mean, not for animals, animal-wise. I think zoos are completely inhumane, and we should throw them in the trash.
Exactly.
But I think we should be focusing hologram technology in museums, because a lot more people would go to museums if they could actually see the dinosaur doing stuff and not just on a little screen.
I know. But they could incorporate the two things, a zoo and a museum, together, like that. Would be so cool. That's the thing of the future. How many years do you think it'll take?
I mean, we have the technology now, it's just
Yeah.
kind of expensive.
We need a bajillionaire to build it. Oprah.
Mom.
You don't think Oprah cares about the animals?
No. The vast majority of people who have made money via shows or anything want more money, and it doesn't matter how good their intentions are because they still need money to keep themselves afloat. And if something doesn't make money, then why do it?
It would make so much money.
Would it,
Remember
though?
that?
You do not have a 100% guarantee that it will make you money.
I have a 99.9% guarantee, because you remember that stupid dinosaur show we went to?
0.01% of germs is enough to kill you.
I'll take that chance.
Will you?
Yes. Remember that dinosaur show we went to?
That was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, but it could have been cooler. You know how it could have been cooler? Is if they were holograms and not shit-ass old dinosaurs that were falling apart and being held together by duct tape.
Also, here's the thing, Mom. With automatons, machines, somebody had to go through so much work to build that, and, like, physically. And a lot of people respect physical work, but we don't respect work of the mind anymore.
That's sad. That should be the new thing. Build me a 3D projector.
Why?
I would like a 3D zoo. We just discussed this.
I don't think you understand how ulterior motives work.
I don't think you understand that word. I have ulterior motives, but that's not what we're talking about.
I mean, here's the thing about building you a holographic zoo. You'd be cool with it once, Galen would yell at you, and then you'd have to turn it off forever, and we'd never be able to get rid of it.
Galen would yell at me, the dinosaurs are making too much noise.
No, the electricity bill would be huge.
Actually, you're probably not wrong. How much? But lasers, do lasers require more or less electricity than like a light bulb?
I don't know, I never took a laser class.
Why?
Because those are college classes, and I'm not in college.
Please text Galen and ask him.
He's driving.
He's at work right now.
He's driving.
No, he's not. He's at the
He's
office.
driving to Pinedale to fix somebody's computer because they don't know how to turn it on.
That's a real problem.
Actually, he said it only happened once, and 4 other guys took a look at it and didn't understand it because they kept pressing the monitor on button instead of the computer on button. Real dumb.
You could do a lot of Galen's job.
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Me either.
I mean, a lot of people could do a lot of things if they set their mind to it, but if it's not what you want to do, then why bother doing it?
You know what I want to do? Bacon.
Let's go get some.
Bacon.